Guess the natural question then would be, if somebody is redefining what it means to be an American and they're using this philosophy, call it collectivism, who might be behind this through history? Could you cite some cases so the people in the audience who might think that this is kind of conspiratorial, we're actually talking about some deep history here, and I'd like to maybe flesh out some of the characters.
Well, this is a can of worms because I think there are two forces at work here. One is a natural force and one is a conspiratorial force. Of course, you might argue that conspiracies are a natural force, which in a way I think they are, because if you do look at history, conspiracies are the engine of history. Almost every event, major event that ever occurred in history happened not because of some kind of a spontaneous rising of the masses or some spontaneous falling of a boulder that happened to hit somebody over the head. No, these were planned, and usually they were planned in secret, and everybody should know that. Anybody that scoffs at the idea of conspiracy, I feel sorry for them, because it tells me they have never read a history book. Histories are everywhere. And even today, you can't go into any courthouse, even in your local community, and sit there and listen to these cases being tried for very long, until finally, before the end of the day, there have been a couple of cases on conspiracy to do this, conspiracy to do that, conspiracy to deprive the customer, conspiracy to break the contract, conspiracies abound. So anyway, is that a natural force or is that an unnatural force? I don't know. I don't care. Either way, it's a reality. On the other hand, there are natural forces there that are at work. And it follows with this idea X. You see, if you believe that the proper function of the state is to solve all problems, then you have to give the state the power to solve those problems. They need the tools. They need the money. They need the taxes. They also need the power to use coercion against people to force them to do what the state says. Well, everyone has heard the old saying from Lord Acton that power corrupts. And he went on to say, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's a truism. I think any child in grade school could see that. So what we have done when we set up the state as the all-powerful entity to solve all problems, and we keep making it more powerful and more powerful and more powerful, what we have unintentionally endorsed is that we are saying, okay, we're going to corrupt everybody that goes into government because we've made the corruption so tempting. In other words, governments, especially powerful governments, are magnets. They're magnets, and they draw to them the predator class. All of the would-be criminals are really drawn to government because they can see here in government, with all this power, they can legally do what previously it would have been illegal to do. But once they're on the inside of the mechanism that decides what is legal and what is illegal, now they're protected. They're insulated from punishment. So this is the natural force I'm talking about. If we, in our stupidity, think that an all-powerful government is a good thing, then what we have done is endorse the creation of a magnet that's going to draw into government every crook and criminal within 1,000 miles. They're going to gravitate into government, and we are going to get what we deserve. Is this a conspiracy? No. It's a natural tendency, I think, in human psychology. People love to dominate other people. Well, not everybody likes to, of course, but there's enough that do. All you need is a couple with a machine gun or finger on a red button for an atomic bomb. You don't need lots of people if you've got the maniacs in control with the ability to use coercion.